I've left my glasses in the car, so I'm just going to be like the coolest dude in the charity shop. And he's kind of like a murky colour.
Talking of murky colour.
But this is also a spinner, and I can't resist the colour. Oh, what have you found?
Well, look in here.
Ooh! So we've arrived in Bury St Edmunds town centre. It's a beautiful place to wander around. We'll show you a bit more of that in a little while. But we've found our first couple of charity shops, so let's get in, let's get thrifting. It looks like he's got a different face to normal, unless someone's just painted his little eyes in. Eastgate, I think that says. Made in England. I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. £5. So this is a beautiful trifle dish made by Rosenthal in Germany. Comes in its little box. It's quite a nice thing. It's perhaps a bit more modern. Reduced from £12.50 to £6. And look what I've just found up here. This is not so vintage Habitat. Oh no, it's not. It's from John Lewis. We've got these in the van, or we did have them in the van. They're somewhere. Is that what we were drinking out of this morning? Oh yeah. I wasn't paying attention. Just thought was drawn to this steam. How clever that is on this little teapot. £3.50, and this is its little lid, and there's its little spout. Look. Okay, so nothing much in that one, but look, there's one here. So we'll go in Mind and see if they've got any bargains today. What I did spot as we were crossing the street was this this painting, thinking, oh, maybe it's of Bury or something, but it's actually of St Andrew's Church in Hornchurch in Essex. So it's not local,
No.
but it just caught my eye. Quite nice with that little green inlaid section on the frame. A couple of these little salad servers. These ones are Prestige. Nice little teak handles. How much are these? Drum roll, please. £3. It's quite nice. We've got a few little teak bowls, so they'd be quite nice to go with that, wouldn't they?
We did sell some before.
We sold some with the teak bowl in Primrose Hill.
Primrose Hill.
So it's quite nice to have them as an add-on to the actual bowl. So first purchase of the day. And Terry has just spotted our little Maori doll from New Zealand in traditional dress. We're thinking probably it's got that vintage feel about it. The packaging looks quite vintage.
All the clothes and everything. It's lovely.
Look at the necklace. So £5. And there's a little map of New Zealand. Oh, look at this little duck.
It's tiny.
A little teak duck.
It's quite nice, actually.
£2. So he goes with my little servers. You know, I think I must have spent my entire wages in the late 90s, early 2000s on firstly video versions of Friends and then DVD to replace them all, which I then got rid of them all because they're now all on streaming. But the whole DVD set, £5. I should have waited, shouldn't I? And is it lilies or something? Or irises?
Yeah.
Irises. £10. Not a bad little frame. It's maybe not old, but the colours are nice for sure. I think if it had a different frame, maybe it would have been more desirable. And some little annuals from the 1950s. Listen with Mother. That dates it when everyone just listened to the wireless.
I wonder if they even called it a wireless all over the world. A wireless in the States?
I don't know. You'll be able to tell us.
Yeah.
Answers in the comments, please. Okay, so first purchase of the day. So that's good. We're off to a start. So we'll just wander around the town and catch as many charity shops as we can. Try and find the antique shop, dodge the cars. Okay, so we're just following Google to the antique shop around the corner, because what we've found actually lately is that you can pick up some real bargains just in the antique stores. You don't have to go to the charity stores. So let's have a look. I think it's around this corner. Okay, so this is always really frustrating. Often we're in these places on a Monday, and sometimes they shut on a Monday. And I'm thinking this place is definitely shut. So I'm just looking through. Oh.
Oh my goodness. Glass is close.
I thought that was West German, but I think they just call it a striking jug. Signed by the artist to the base, £44. Thought it was quite an interesting glaze on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so more of like a fine antique, so it maybe wasn't totally up our street anyway.
Still a shame. We would have liked a little.
We always like to have a look in. Can't believe I've just headbutted the glass. You ready now, Tel?
I'm ready.
So my cameraman's having technical issues. So let's have a look in the British Heart Foundation. It looks diddy. So we might have to whisper.
Lovely, isn't it?
Let's have a look. Oh, it's actually,
Oh, it spins.
it spins.
Oh, it's deluxe.
It's a deluxe Lazy Susan with little nibble dishes on. £10.
I love the dishes.
I'm not going to tip it up. I'm going to look underneath it to see who made it. So it's a Copydex merry-go-round, made in England, patent pending. It's interesting. It's obviously is a vintage one. Let's just check these little dishes. So you can obviously put little nibbles and dips and crudités and things on.
Amazing, they've all survived. But nobody tipped upside down.
Well, I'd be the first person to tip it upside down and break it, but I'm just being very careful. Checking it's not chipped. We can't keep that in the camper van.
Well, it's a bit sort of...
When we have a little nibbles party in the camper van.
Lazy Susan going around in a camper van. We just about eat off of a dish and plate, especially if you've got guests. And I don't think we bother getting this all out for ourselves. He's making a very thorough check of all of this.
Well, I have come unstuck a few times. So the final piece has got a little chip in it.
Oh, very small? Is it that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's fine. I mean, I know we don't have any...
No, I think that's not...
What? Oh.
What do you think? What should we do? Answers on a postcard. Now, I'm having a bit of a restyle. So I'm thinking yellow pleated trousers.
They look dreadful with that top.
They don't go with a red coat.
Wow.
So they're short in the leg, but look at the quality. You can tell their quality because all the detail. And I do like brightly coloured stuff, but that might just be a step too far even for me. Oh, that was so frustrating. That little Lazy Susan dish with the nibble dishes and the teak, and it was just cool, but chipped.
Final dish.
I checked all those dishes so scrupulously, and the final dish, it's always the way, was chipped. Anyway, we'll move on. Let's have a look in another cancer research. I think we've already done one of these, but let's have a look in this one. Right, so let's try with glass again. So I think that is chipped on the corner. I thought that was quite a cool 60s.
That's beautiful.
Design chip there. Yeah, it's almost got that
interesting design.
all Achille type thing. And you see it on the back, it's even more effective in a way. Oh, and this, does that go with?
Probably, yes.
It's the same, isn't it? It's a piece of work. It's had a bit of a hit in a few places, but probably something you'd get on holiday somewhere, perhaps, unless someone has made it. They've gone to a lot of work, £6.50. And then if you want to go with it, a little candle holder. So this cool Sabutio set, I don't know if this translated across the world, Sabutio, but it's like table football basically. So you flick the little footballers around like this, around the table. And you obviously paint. I think the idea was you'd buy the teams, paint the teams. It was like a hobby thing as well. My uncle John used to be obsessed with Sabutio and had a whole pitch set out. And this is the pitch here, the bays. You got your nets and everything. So it was a big thing. So this is £25. This is mixed pieces, so it might just be a random selection. And I think it was just one of those cool things, probably in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then it's kind of faded a little bit. Kids don't want to flick football players around anymore, do they? It's not cool enough. They want to kill people on computer games. Okay, so nothing in here today. We'll see if we can find some more. There's a few more at the other end of town, which we've been in before. So we'll head in this direction, I think, walk around the square and see if we can find a few more. Okay, so let's have a look in the Wood Green Animal Shelter. Straight to the jewellery. I just thought we'll have a quick look. I just spotted it sparkling in the corner. See if there's anything catches our eye. Yeah, it's interesting with shells, isn't it? How you feel about buying shells. Obviously they've already been harvested or whatever. I mean, there's lots of beautiful jewellery, maybe nothing overly vintagey. I just came straight over to that and thought that looks cool. It's got like a little dancing Mexican on maybe or something. Let's lift him up and see. Can't read what that says. It's quite a little naive. Leaves on the other side. £25.
Bit much.
Sounds a bit pricey to me. There's lots in here today, isn't there? I think this might be that, yeah. I think it's called Hillstonia. You can't really read that very clearly there. But you see the bigger pots, all like a log, round ones. We've seen quite a few. So that one is £4. Quite cool for jewellery. We keep buying things to put this jewellery on and never use a single one of them. I think we've spent all the profits from the jewellery on jewellery stands. I think that might be prone to collapse at the moment. It looks more traditional. Yeah, it doesn't look quite as cool. So that's £4, and he's kind of like a murky colour.
Talking of murky colour.
This is the murky colour range in the Wood Green Animal Shelter shop. £5.50. Wow. And it's chipped. They're quite cool. The little corn on the cob dishes in glass. £6 for 4, I think. With the corn on the cob effect. Do people eat corn on the cob in a dish anymore? I'm not sure. It's a bit like
civilized.
It's a bit like the avocado dish, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
It was from civilized times when you'd eat your corn on the cob in a dish with little forks in each end and go. Whereas now, with a napkin,
all at the table.
Now they just go, just work their way around on a lap tray. Yeah.
We would never do such things.
Of course, we would never do such a thing. These are lovely, though. I think these are from France. They might be Luminarc. You can see France just on the bottom there.
Such a nice colour.
Lovely long stems. There's a set of 6. I dread to think. What a set of 6. Oh, that's interesting. So they are hock. They call them hock glasses because you drink, I suppose, all the German wines in the 70s were very trendy, weren't they? Like the Liebfraumilch, hock, all these different things. So 6 hock glasses for £5.
Doesn't seem so bad.
Doesn't seem so bad. I mean, they're very small, aren't they, when you think about it in modern terms.
Modern glass of wine. That's
like a sip or 2 sips. So I don't know how big they are. They're probably like maybe it's like a 125, but you perhaps would just sip the hock and leave it because they kind of were sweeter, weren't they? I think. Shove Halfpenny board. Now, I'm not exactly sure how you play it. I think the idea is I'm not sure which way round it goes. You might flick or shove a penny or something, a halfpenny, along the board.
You're looking at me, not the camera.
I'm looking for inspiration. I thought you were quite old. You might know the rules.
I have no idea. I've never heard anything of such a thing.
Well, I think you shove a halfpenny along the board.
So.
I'm not really sure what the point of it is or how it works, but it's another one of those old-fashioned parlour games. No, parlour games, not pointless games. It's an old-fashioned traditional game, so that's £29. So there you go. If you want one of those, you know where it is. Okay, so the sun's coming out and I'm now going to cook in this plastic coat. But anyway, it's all about the look, and I wanted to wear something different for you all. So anyway, we've found nothing in there really. Quite high prices, I think, for us to resell. I think there's possibly a YMCA around here somewhere, so let's see if we can find it. Come on in. Yeah, that's quite cool, isn't it? Shame there's only one, and it's rice. £1. In quite good condition, no particular make. Quite nice with the wooden lid and everything. It looks like it's possibly slightly more modern, but quite cool. If you had tea, coffee, sugar and things, it could be more saleable, wouldn't it?
Well, that's cool.
So a nice little bangle for you.
Very unusual shape.
Kind of like a marbled effect, isn't it?
£3.
You like that?
Yeah, I think we could do that one.
Okay, yeah, it looks cool. It's different, isn't it? Oh, well, we've just picked one little item up in there. We were chatting to a lady on the checkout who was over 90, she said. She volunteers here 3 days a week. She said, I'm 100% compos mentis. So she was telling us about her time as an antique trader down in London at the antique fairs in London, the time she put lots of lovely silver and gold on her friend's furniture stall. She used to deal in the silver and gold just to help him display the very expensive furniture. And the first person into the antique fair bought all of her silver and left his furniture behind with nothing on top. So he was very mad, but she was happy she'd made a great sale. So it's amazing who you meet as you're thrifting.
And bright.
And when she said I'm over 90, we were like, wow, because she looked 75, no older than that, I would say.
At least.
So it just shows you, keep active, keep your mind busy. She does Sudoku and things like that. So she's, a lovely lady. And she was very pleased we bought the bangle. So let's have a coffee, shall we? $35. It's a lovely Jersey pottery piece. Different to all the other Jersey pottery we've had. And I love the little way the cork's been just placed underneath. It's very brown. Is there anything in here? It's very sparkly. There's lots of jewellery actually today. I don't know if it's as nice as I thought. It looks very period to me. It's £2. It's on a stretch. I just thought the pieces
are nice. They are ceramic as well, which is nice.
So that's quite nice. And then that one is also on a stretch. And because it's on a stretch, I can actually fit them on just. There's all sorts in here. There's loads of things. It's a rather stylish little set. The coffee pot, teapot, sugar pot, creamer, trifle dish, and lots of cups. But there's the Royal Thailand. So this is a nice little vase, little West German vase. I think it's Carstens because you've got the little houses there, I think. So I think that's a really cool little, and we love it because it's got the orange and stuff. And I think it's in nice condition. It's got, I think because it's fossil-like, there's a couple of little nibbles on it, but I think that's almost part of the charm of it in a way. And I can't resist the colour.
No.
So I think we'll have that one. And there's lots of lovely glass as well.
What a lovely store. We've just been speaking to the manager and so many of the volunteers, and they're really proud about
It's a boutique store, yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell. Very nicely displayed, and everyone's very enthusiastic.
And they're basically eating cake and having cups of tea in the back room, I think, is what's going on. I can hear it all going on in the background. So these red glasses are lovely. £12 for the 4. They're quite practical, actually. They're not too fine and quite stocky, so that they're actually practical. They don't tip over, unlike this kind of thing. They've got lots of lovely glass. I love all these big glasses as well for 15. And that's quite a nice shape as well for 10. Lovely colour.
Just seen this, and it's very interesting. Obviously an original piece, do you think?
Yeah, let's have a look what they say. Oliver Creed, £10.50. Doesn't seem bad at all. Is it ceramic? So I'm assuming it's Noah's Ark. I don't know what these sections are, whether that's the... Shows my lack of knowledge of the...
And what are these? They look like ice creams to me.
No, I think they're little birds with gold beaks.
I see, yes.
And then you've got like a little, you've got unicorns actually. So it's more of a fantasy version. It's unusual, isn't it? Obviously handmade. Really nice. You could get a job in a gift wrap. Great, thanks very much. See you, bye. Oh, well, that's a nice little pickup. So the West German vase, and we're looking for some colourful things, and we found one.
Let's not step back any further, there's a lorry coming.
Terry just nearly got one over. I'll let you get done. Okay, so just next door, the Dogs Trust. Do you need a drink?
It's been a little while, but I'd rather have a coffee, please.
It's rather nice.
That's rather nice.
$3.50. Just a studio pottery thing, maybe. Yeah. So under it says maybe made in Peru for decorative purposes only. That's rather nice, I think.
Yeah, that's lovely.
I'll have a proper read of that once the prices are.
I really love the design.
I think that would sit nicely with all the other things, really. Okay, so the bag is getting a bit heavier. Another cool little vase there. We think from Peru, but we'll have a closer look while we're having a coffee. So should we, talking of that, should we head down for coffee now, have a little break? Terry's also been taking pictures of clip-on earrings for his friend Eileen because she needs some new jewellery. So we'll see if she wants those, but we've got to be quick because they shut at 1. Okay? Can we squeeze a coffee in before that?
I think so.
Come on then.
What was that one? The East Anglian Hospice.
We've just walked past the charity shop. Can you believe it? But
And
we're
it's
just
paining Tom
thirsty.
to keep going because we need a coffee first.
So round this corner, we think should be a vegetarian/vegan cafe. So we thought we'll check it out. But it's a lovely street. There's a lovely florist opposite. So there's lots of nice shops down here. Terry thinks he could probably live here, don't you?
I could.
So unfortunately, the old school cafe, vegetarian, which is always a good sign, not quite vegan, but veggie, is closed. So we walked past that charity shop unnecessarily.
So let's go back. Here we
We'll
go.
find another cafe, I'm sure, in a minute. Now, this antique shop is closed, but it's full of cool stuff.
I love the name, Smoking Monkey Antiques.
Oh yeah. Prints, books and rural bygones. There you go.
Oh yeah, it looks
I bet there's some German pottery in there. Okay, so we're back, having not got a coffee, at the final antique shop.
charity shop? You can tell we need coffee.
So let's have a look in the East Anglian Children's Hospice and see if we can beat a West German vase. Is that a little Costa Boda? Made in China, expressly for party lights. So no, that's not a Costa Boda, not quite. But that's quite cool. Just a tiny little for £1.
And that's quite sweet.
We've got a few little diddy bits, haven't we, which people just pick up and go
Yeah, I
with.
was thinking that.
That's quite cool as well. Ridgeway, that's bone china. So we don't tend to buy that, but it's quite a cool design. And so's that one, really. Canasta, Staffordshire, ironstone. So that's okay, I think. There's only one. So it was not worth diverting into there instead of having a coffee. So let's go and get a brew. We'll discuss what we've been buying and see if Eileen wants any of these clip-on earrings. So a big thank you to Bev and Paul who've donated to our Buy Me a Coffee page. So we're here in Starbucks in Bury St Edmunds and this is on you.
For a much needed coffee. So thanks so much, Bev and Paul.
Cheers.
That's great. Cheers.
So very well wrapped by the girls at the hospice shop. Let's see if we can get into it and have a look at this beauty.
So nice, I think. Well, it's not, I think. It's definitely the find of the day.
It's kind of got little nibbles all over it, but I think actually the more you look at it, that's kind of the design of it, if you see what I mean. Because it's got that fossil pattern on it. I love the colour and I love this orange around the top. And then I think if we look underneath, at the top here you can see the two houses, I think just about, which means it's castings. And then you've got the West German and the model number. So this one was £10.
I think that was a great buy as well.
That was really cool. And then if we stand it next to our other little buy, which
I
was
might take it
also
back to
good.
Spain.
Can we get that in our rucksack?
Well, I'm taking stuff rather than clothes because we've been living in our camper van for 2.5 months or something. We seem to have worn, well, we don't seem to, we have worn the same clothes the whole time. They have been washed, obviously, but they're on a rotation and we're sick of them. So I said to Tom, I'm taking none of the clothes back. I'd rather take this beautiful vase back in my rucksack.
Well, this one is from Peru. Now I've taken the price off. You might be able to just see the inscription which says, made by a certain person in Peru for decorative purposes only. But we just thought, it's actually got a slight bit of luster in it, I think. Looking at it in the light.
It could have been done, if it's from Peru, it could have been done with a little bit of raku. I don't know, actually, it's a bit even for that, but because you get that lustrous metallic effect. So, yeah. But whatever, it's just a lovely thing.
Just a beautiful piece. So that was $3.50 and this was $10. So I think both pieces are good value for what they are. So yeah, we'll maybe leave those there while we have our coffee. Very civilized.
We can admire them.
Yeah. Okay, so we just parked up out of town. I've left my glasses in the car, so I'm just going to be like the coolest dude in the charity shop. Sue Ryder. Let's see what they got. Oh, sorry. You're going to get run over one of these days, aren't you?
It's good already. It's a nice
big
floor.
Lots of cool things. Which way should we go? This way? So we couldn't buy the one earlier on, but this is also a spinner, just teak wood, and it's made in Thailand for $4.50. So I think that is quite good. I just put it on the thing. Seems in good nick for $4.50.
I like the other one with the glass better.
I know, but
it was chipped.
It was chipped. Terry was going to buy it, and I said no. What did Stephen Piner say? If it's chipped, it's not selling. That's in a cute little plate. Obviously been on someone's wall for a long time. Looks period with this kind of colour. Ah, it's interesting. That's the Valerie.
Yeah, Valerie.
We've seen that before.
Fake May.
Fake Ma. Valerie, I'm thinking, but I'm not sure. Not being an expert. £4. I don't know if it's really worth that to us, but it's quite an interesting little piece. Oh, what have you found?
Well, look in here.
Ooh!
These were very popular yesterday.
We sold 2 of these, a big one and a small one yesterday, didn't we? Do you like that one more with the brown beads?
Well,
they're not Terry's favourite thing.
But I can see that they're very decorative and pretty.
And these are great tits.
Great tits, yeah. Oh yeah, great tits.
And you said to someone yesterday about the great tits, and they said it was actually a goldfinch on our one, not great tits. So
this one is great tits.
So the great tits one is $3.50.
Seems quite good, do you think?
Yeah. Let's have it. I've just had a feeling. I just thought that is obviously a dog toy.
Get your wet wipes.
Cool thermos. I don't know if we've put the thermoses out yet.
No, we haven't.
What's the plural of thermoses? Thermosi. Thermos.
Thermoses.
Quite a nice colour, isn't it? But this is lovely as well.
I thought as well Sharon would like these. These are proper old.
Oh, the scales, did she?
Well, I don't know. She didn't see any, but I thought for £10 they're quite nice, solid sort of original old ones.
My mum used to have scales like that for baking.
Wow, look at this little iron. It's an actual working one, you know, like one of those.
Oh, we saw one of those before. Do you remember? Yeah. Similar to that.
In the box. How cool is that?
I think we saw one of those in our March video in Cambridgeshire. £4.50 that one. That's got a cuter eyes.
For that price as well.
Whether that is a... So that one is Hornsey. Oh, yeah. So I think that's the nicer make. I think the other one was Eastgate, which you guys will be able to tell me what the difference is. I'm assuming several companies just made them in different styles, slightly different. But Terry's not keen on them, and I don't know whether they really fit with our aesthetic on the store.
Sort of in between, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, so that was a good little find on the outskirts. So 2 or 3 pickups in there, and some good advice that on the outskirts somewhere, there is a couple more on like a retail park. So we'll put those into Google once we've had a vegan sausage roll, because we've started to flag. Okay, so we're just in search of the final 2 charity shops here in Bury St Edmunds. So we're just pulling out, heading to a retail park where there's an RSPCA and a St Nicholas hospice. So then we can finally say Bury is done and ticked off the list. It's been a good day today so far, hasn't it?
It has. There's been so many, and we've had to work for them, going around in the car. So, well, going around in the van, not in a car. So yeah, we've had to work at finding these charity shops today when we have to head out of town, but it's worth it because, as you know, they're often bigger, more stuff and more space to display. So let's see what these next 2 are like.
And it's easier when they're out of town, because if you come out with your arms laden, you can put it straight in the back of the van. So let's see what we find at the final 2 stops here in Bury St Edmunds. So here we are, out of town, the St Nicholas Hospice. It looks like quite a big store, so let's get in. They're quite vintage looking, aren't they?
A bit like those bases to the lamps I had once.
Yeah, you had some glass lamp bases similar to this, with like a silver stainless kind of piece coming out of the top with a shade, didn't you? They feel quite good to me. And presumably you could put a tea light in there, or you flip them and put a candle in there. I just found this quite cool little serving dish with the gold rim and the cool 60s design, but it's slightly chipped there.
Oh, shame again.
It's quite cool. When you see it against the white, the design is pretty cool. And
yeah, it's definitely got that 60s, 70s look.
What lovely old chairs, £10 a piece.
That's quite good.
Seems like a real bargain. They're in lovely condition. So, what's this, a woodpecker? A green woodpecker is what it is. And what's the song? If a woodpecker should, a woodpecker would peck wood. If it could, if it should. Something like that.
Something like that.
Oh,
that's nice.
£3. It's not got the beads around the edge, just more of a simple. I think it's little pickup things. They're probably quite popular. Vintage.
Just got that look about it.
It's just got that look. It's made in China, but yeah, it's got that definite vintage fabric look. It's really fun, isn't it? And that one is £10, size 14, available Bury St Edmunds, Nicholas Hospice, right now. And there we go, our final stop in Bury St Edmunds. And now we leave the UK for a few weeks and head to sunny Spain. And you'll be pleased to hear there's lots more thrifting to come. So next week, the Finds bag has made its way to Spain.
Muy antigua, buena.
Sí, antigua. Precio?
14 eurico.
Everything is rubbish.
This is Swedish rubbish.
Oh, when it is in Sweden, it is expensive.
I've just doubled the price. Excuse me, what would be your best on that one? So we've lost Scott. He's somewhere in the market. Scott's happy, we're happy, everyone's happy.